were running an open borders experiment.
It went up really sharply. By far and away, the biggest is Indian nationals coming into the UK. Then you've got Nigerian, then Chinese. And we have never seen anything like that.
Member states must share the responsibility of asylum-seeking refugees.
Europe faced its biggest migration crisis since World War II.
Please, 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 come on. Come on now.
That is one of the things that has made Canada great. People to arrive with their talents, with their hopes, with their dreams.
Stay informed. Follow Freedom Research on X for exclusive investigations.
Imagine watching your hometown change in just one generation. Entire districts have been transformed, shaped by waves of new communities and cultures. Many countries have opened their doors to record numbers of workers and students. In some Western countries, borders that once offered security became little more than lines on a map. This large-scale immigration is shaped by multicultural policies, coordinated and reinforced by a vast system of censorship.
They've already arrested 12,000 people for social media posts.
That's insane.
Any criticism of immigration, any criticism of grooming gangs and people being raped, any talk about how horrible this is, they come visit you. It's like someone's trying to destroy England.
Illegal immigration to the European Union has more than doubled in just 5 years.
Record number of illegal crossings into the U.S.
The largest migrant caravan seen this year.
Thousands of migrants have joined a caravan making its way to the U.S.
Caring for these new arrivals has been a big challenge.
There's almost 2 million of them that we know of.
Sweden is an interesting kind of test case because it was one of the main European countries to say, yes, everybody come in. When Angela Merkel was opening the borders back in 2015 and so on. It was the globalist fantasy of the new world where there were no borders and we all helped each other.
Violence began spiraling in 2022, giving Sweden the highest gun murder rate in the EU.
The scale of mass immigration and its impact on Western culture and demographics is often underreported in mainstream media, leading to fragmented public awareness and limited debate. In Sweden, out of 10.5 million people, roughly 2.2 million are foreign-born, with about 800,000 identifying as Muslim. In the UK, certain cities already have large Muslim populations that form relatively closed communities. Both the UK and Germany each have over 2,000 mosques. If current trends continue, by 2050, some European countries could see their Muslim populations grow to make up between 20% and 30% of the total population.
Hello from the second most cosmopolitan city in the world. In Brussels, 2 out of 3 people are born abroad.
These issues rarely appear in mainstream media. Open discussions about declining populations in Western countries and the cultural changes linked to immigration are often avoided. The challenges of mass immigration are seldom addressed in their full scope and are usually framed merely as integration issues. When these problems are not discussed openly, they can grow unchecked.
France is on fire, no matter when you're hearing this.
Some regions in Sweden have Europe's highest rates of reported rapes, gang violence, and so-called no-go zones. With such large numbers, integration isn't working for everyone.
reveal the widespread failure of Berlin's integration policy.
Migration Minister Johan Forsell has openly stated that the huge influx of migrants from 2015 onwards made it impossible to effectively integrate all of the new arrivals.
While migrants seek safety, opportunity, and better living conditions, rapid, large-scale migration can create major integration challenges and lead some individuals toward extremist views or violence.
7 people killed and 48 injured, 21 of them in critical condition. A third major attack in 3 months.
Over the past decade, Europe has experienced waves of terrorist attacks.
But a white van had struck pedestrians on London Bridge. 3 terrorists left the van and attacked innocent and unarmed civilians with blades and knives.
The terror attack near that Christmas market in Strasbourg, France.
It has happened again. The joy of normal life becomes a nightmare in seconds. That was the scene in Nice, France last night. Those thousands had gathered to celebrate France's national holiday.
Then quickly accelerating, aiming directly into the densely packed crowd.
At least 84 people were killed.
Bodies were lying everywhere, crushed by the wheels of the truck.
Knife crime has become rampant.
The knife crime epidemic.
Crime rates have spiked in neighborhoods with large populations of immigrants from developing countries.
Last year, there were 342 shootings.
The biggest turning point in public opinion toward open-door policies came after the UK grooming gang scandals, in which thousands of British girls and women were assaulted and raped.
A decade ago, people in Britain woke up to shocking news. In the small northern town of Rotherham, 1,400 young girls had been groomed, abused, trafficked, and raped.
In Germany, an anti-immigration movement was sparked when thousands of men allegedly carried out coordinated sexual assaults on German women.
A sexual assault of 1,200 women on New Year's Eve by as many as 2,000 men.
Ja, das waren halt Typen auf jeden Fall aus dem Ausland, so arabisch, marokkanisch.
The Cologne New Year's Eve assaults were heavily downplayed, with the ethnicity and religion of the perpetrators withheld to avoid public backlash. A similar scandal erupted in Sweden, where festival goers were suddenly attacked by men described as being of Middle Eastern appearance.
We were dancing, and then all of a sudden these guys turned up and started lifting up our skirts and started to touch us.
For decades, the West has enforced strong censorship, silencing those who warned early on that mass multicultural immigration was failing. Anyone voicing such concerns was quickly branded far-right.
A lot of the posts on social media have been racist.
Only recently have media and political elites begun to openly recognize the consequences of unchecked immigration, though censorship and punishment still deter open criticism.
They don't have any passports. We have no idea what they are capable of doing.
Gang violence was being ignored by the media.
In places like Canada, the UK, Germany, Sweden, and Belgium, serious criticism of mass immigration is dangerous territory.
4 years ago, 6 years ago, when I started engaging in Swedish politics, if you mentioned the word Islam or Islamism, you were considered a fascist, Nazi, right-wing extremist.
Sweden has pretended, with left-wing governments one after the other, pretended, oh, no, we never identify, we can't say it's an Islamic gang, or we can't say it's a Syrian gang, or whatever it might be. So they try and sweep the whole thing under the cover.
Today, the very warnings once dismissed as misinformation or Nazi talk have quietly made their way into mainstream discourse.
That's more shootings than anywhere else in Europe. And this year is on par to be the deadliest one so far.
Police in the Swedish city of Malmö have arrested a teenager after a shooting at a shopping centre.
3 people have been killed in a shooting in Sweden.
Police in Malmö seized around 600 weapons last year, some of them semi-automatic rifles and hand grenades.
Sweden is not what it used to be.
What's the cause of the killing?
You have prime ministers and politicians who are saying Sweden has no culture. All the great culture that we have in Sweden has come from outside, and our culture is barbarian. It shows a strong sense of oikophobia, a hatred of their own culture, and a love for other cultures.
Mass immigration is often treated not merely as a policy, but as a guiding principle, shaping political decisions. And it deserves careful scrutiny. For decades, it has expanded largely unopposed. When ideology overrides accountability, societies risk serious consequences. Institutions tasked with managing migration fail to address problems effectively, while policymakers focus on defending their decisions rather than confronting their outcomes. If large-scale migration continues unchecked, the resulting social and cultural challenges may become increasingly difficult to reverse.
Join the fight to defend our freedoms. Follow Freedom Research on X.